Welcome, welcome. So good to see your beautiful faces. Oh. Let's just take a moment and just soak each other up. We've got women from Canada and Austria and France and all over. Look at those beautiful faces. Oh. Well, I was meditating recently and feeling into this retreat, and I kept asking, what do they most need? What do they most need? And I heard connection, connection, connection. So we're going to have a lot of connection today. Welcome everyone to our Sovereignty Winter Self-Renewal Retreat. I want to introduce an amazing woman by my side, Casey Blair. Casey, will you wave and say hi? You can unmute yourself for a second.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
She's fabulous. And we say we celebrate and we welcome technical difficulties because we've had them. So right off the bat, we just acknowledge things will go. Though in the past, when I've done some of these retreats, we've utilized chat a lot, which can be fun and can be interactive. I'm going to invite us on this winter solstice retreat to just utilize chat just as we need it, to not go crazy on chat, because it just pulls us out of our experience over and over, and it's fun and it can feel like real exciting energy. But I'm going to encourage us to use chat a little bit less. I think that was it. Nicole, are you thinking of anything that we're missing? Nicole is also helping us out from Austin a little bit. Are we good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay,
I also have the email up if anyone else is trying to get in or has any questions.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I want to point out just a couple of things before we begin on our guidelines. So this was in the document that I sent you. I'd like to ask if we, during our time together this afternoon, because I want you to feel safe and open and really free in your shares, if we can honor confidentiality. So honor confidentiality, what is shared in the small groups, what's shared one-on-one. We are recording this, so people that have registered for this, we had like 75, so some people that have registered won't be on here live today, but they'll be getting the recording. If you'll just put your hand up if everybody can agree to honor confidentiality, that's something that you can agree to. Okay, let's go to the next screen. Everybody's good with that? Okay, thank you, thank you. And then the other thing I want to mention, we are going to be doing quite a bit of breaking out and connecting with one another. And I know a lot of you have been with me many times in different groups and retreats. And you know that I'm really going to encourage you to do like a mindful listening with one another. So refraining from crosstalk, refraining from problem solving, refraining from going off into talking about your favorite cranberry orange bread recipe, which all that is fun, but we're just going to really stay in this sacred space and just listen with mindfulness to one another. And you will find that it's an incredibly freeing experience. And if people are, let them be, let them have their experience. If tears come, that's cathartic, that's wonderful. If they're having a release, that's wonderful. But just not feeling like you have to jump in and rescue or save or fix. Is everybody good with that? Kind of just being with each other as we listen? Okay, awesome. Okay, and if you do have any questions, again, you can go to participants, you can find the wonderful Casey Blair, and you can send her a message directly if you have a question. If you're having issues with your sound, I do recommend getting off and then getting back on again. Casey, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if I don't respond to you immediately, I see your message. We have a couple people just asking some tech questions. So give me a few seconds, a few minutes, and I'll make sure I respond to everyone's messages.
And yes, so we just got a request from someone was asking about wanting to step out of a breakout, and you absolutely can. That's not a problem. For this time, we will assume that if your camera is off, you are not going to be in a breakout. We really, really encourage you to do it. But if we see that your camera is off, we'll assume that for whatever reason, maybe you've got kids running around or something, and you just can't do that right now. Very good. So let's take a deep breath. I'm going to light a candle, and I invite you to light a candle with me. If you have if I have a candle nearby. Really honoring the significance of this sacred time together.
Caller.
I'm going to ask that everyone mute themselves. I think we have a few friends that have not muted themselves. So you can mute yourself. And I want to begin by just orienting us in time and space. I got it. Thank you. Okay. I think we have a couple of people that are not muted. Maybe Nicole, I think maybe you and Candy might need to mute yourselves. And again, we're not going for perfect. We're going to have problems, and that's fine. So orienting to where we are right now, we this weekend and this point in time, we're under a big full moon, which can also feel like an emotional time, a time of release. We are in the days before the winter solstice, so the darkest, longest night of the year, and then starting on the 22nd each day, we will have 1 more minute of sunlight. We're in the most emotional month of the year. I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of messages from people about their struggling with loss and grief. And I know I certainly go there. This is, we're doing this retreat in honor of my mother, Juliana, in honor of her birthday. And she died when she was 59. And this is one way that I revere her. So this is an emotional month for me. And we've been under this crazy stop energy for 2 years now. 2 years of starting and stopping and not knowing where we're going, and how all of us, how everyone thinks about everything has changed. Would you not agree? How everyone thinks about everything has changed. And what we've been going through has deeply affected our psyche. We can't even process on a conscious level kind of all the ways that we've been impacted by what's been unfolding over the last 2 years. And we're tired. I think we're tired of all of it. So orienting to where we are, I'd like to start by reading a poem called I've Arrived by Shalon Harkin, and honoring this moon and honoring this time of dark and light. So this morning I was dancing. I usually lead a Wild Souls dance every Sunday morning, but I was claiming and trying to contain my energy and practice sovereignty. So I canceled my dance class that I lead this morning, and I danced at home by myself. And I enjoyed the interplay of light and dark. So I would dance a piece of music that really felt very much filled with light and filled with potential and possibility. And then I would dance a piece of music that really honored shadow and honored darkness and sadness, and maybe those feelings that are more uncomfortable to me, and just kind of the interplay of that. So in honoring the light and dark, Shalon says in her poem, I've arrived, said the full moon. I figured it all out. I'll stay whole this time. I won't wane anymore. No more darkness. And hasn't your heart thought the same thing right before another plunge into its necessary school of shadows? To insist on staying light is unnatural and without elegance. Darling, learn the rhythms of descent into your precious darkness. The moon would be much less alluring and would have no message to teach, and her process would be much less of a poem if she only knew the luminous side of her wholeness. And again, I've arrived, said the full moon. I figured it out. I've stayed whole this time. I won't wane anymore. No more darkness. And hasn't your heart thought the same thing right before another plunge into its necessary school of shadows? To insist on staying light is unnatural and without elegance. Darling, learn the rhythms of descent into your precious darkness. The moon would be much less alluring and would have no message to teach, and her process would be much less of a poem if she only knew the luminous side of her wholeness. So taking a deep inhale and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Big inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And before we move into a centering, we're going to move right into some neuroplasticity and begin to wake up our brains. So I am slightly obsessed with doing it differently and creating new neural pathways, thinking new thoughts, exploring new ways of being, new ways of seeing, new ways of thinking. And the ways that I do that are through breath and meditation. So we'll do some breath practices today, through dance, conscious movement. Nia, I'll send you resources for dance in your community. Through meditation and stillness, and through singing. And I was trained 2 years ago as a community song leader. And I do this not because I'm a professional singer and I perform, but because there are parts of the brain that light up when we sing that only come alive when we give voice. And it's not about sounding good or performing or even being on key. One of my dear friends, Valerie, she's like, I'm never on key when we sing, but I love it. So just knowing that we're doing this to wake up the brain and to feel a sense of aliveness and playing with this. So in order to do this, it's call and response. So I'm going to guide you through. And Casey, we're going to do round and round and loosen, baby. I'm going to ask you guys to stay muted. So you need to stay muted for this to work. And some of you have done this before with me. So staying muted and call and response. When I put my hand here, my finger here, this means listen. And then I'll invite you to respond, and you're just going to be singing on your own, and it works. We can't all sing at the same time because of the lag on Zoom. That doesn't work. So here we go. And somebody needs to be on mute. I can hear somebody's background noise. Okay. So we're going to sing. These songs are very simple. This is an ancient English song. And as we look at the solstice, and I went for a winter walk last night, and I saw the moon, and then I saw the sunrise this morning in this beautiful kind of cotton candy pink light. We know that we're always going round and round. So here it goes. Round and round the earth is turning. You try it. Round and round the earth is turning. Somebody needs to mute themselves. Turning always into morning. Your turn. Turning always into morning. And from morning round to night. You try it. And from morning round to night. That's it. It's very simple, so we can sing it along now. Round and round the earth is turning. Turning always into morning. And from morning round to night. And from morning round to night. Let's try that again. Round and round the earth is turning. Turning always into morning. And from morning round to night. and from morning round to night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from morning round to night, and from morning round to night, and from morning round to night, and from morning round to night. So the second song I'm going to teach you, and a lot of you know this and love it. This is by our friend Allie Halpert in upstate New York. And I was in a horrible car accident 2 years ago and got a concussion. And my friend from California sent me the song right afterwards. And so she said, just keep singing this song, as I was trying to regulate my nervous system and my body after being in this car accident with my 18-year-old. And it's called Loosen, Loosen Baby. And Casey, I am going to ask you to put the words to Loosen, Loosen in chat. And I'm going to just say them through one time just so you can hear the words. But in this oral tradition of call and response, your brain gets the greatest benefit by just listening to me and not following the words in chat. But I just want to go ahead and share these with you one time through. So the words are loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? So those are the words, and you can just follow on and I'll teach you line by line. It's really, really simple. So it goes like this. Loosen, loosen, baby. Your turn. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. You try it. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. It helps you remember it if you use the languaging of the body. Let go, let go, let go. You try it. Let go, let go, let go. Let's start from the beginning. Loosen, loosen, baby. You try it. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Do you think you have it? Do you think you got it? Let's try it from the top. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Okay, second part. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? You try it. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Going back to the beginning. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. You can harmonize if you want. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Last time. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. 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 And in this oral tradition of call and response and singing that we're doing, we think the song. We move into a meditative silence after we sing, but then we think the song. There's opportunity to think the song. So song, I thank you for moving me from being up here into my belly. So if anybody wants to unmute themselves, just a quick 1 or 2 shares, you can thank the song if you like.
I will.
Hi,
Hi. Thank you for opening up my throat, which can often tense up.
Anybody else want to thank the song for anything?
I'd like to thank this song. It brought me to tears, and I'm not sure why, but it felt good, really, really good.
Good, good. We're going to sing a lot. Yeah, it's very, very powerful. I got involved in a community song circle right after 2016, after that last election, and there was so much division. And we found that there were so many times where we were in a wordless space. There was nothing to say. Nothing would bring comfort. Nothing would connect us. And so I gathered in the Capitol in Austin, Texas, in this 350-foot tall space in the rotunda. And I would gather with men and women of all ages and all orientations and all different ways of seeing and being. And we would gather and we would sing and cry and sing and sing and sing. And it was the most powerful medicine. The singing is a very powerful medicine. So thank you for being willing to do that with me. So a few reminders for those that are new to doing a retreat with me. I invite you to come as you are. So everything is optional. Everything's a suggestion. At any point, if you want to have your video off, you certainly can. Know that this is a safe space, but listen to your body. Your body is boss. Your soul is in the driver's seat today. You are having a date with your wise self, which for me is my soul. A date with your wise self. My friend, the poet, Mark Nepos, has a beautiful poem called The Friend. And he says, you've danced with a friend before you had a body, a friend older than birth that you've danced with before you had a body. So retreat is an opportunity to be with that part of you, that wisdom, that inner knowing, that wise self. So I invite you to come as you are. We offer a soft place to fall. I think you've all have read the guidelines, and we went over those at the beginning. And I invite in my 3 favorite things to invite in whenever we enter into a transformational space, which are compassion, curiosity, and levity. So I bring those in. So I'm going to invite you right now to get out your journal and pen and set that in front of you, or some paper and pen. And to put both feet on the ground, really feeling yourself settle in. And I invite you, if it feels comfortable, to close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And to attune to your breath. So our breath brings us into the present moment really faster than anything else, connecting to our breath. And not judging it or trying to change it or be different, but just noticing if you're breathing from your belly or your chest. Noticing if your breath right now is smooth or jagged, shallow or deep. You might place one hand over your chest and one hand over your belly. You want to feel a little more grounded. Notice if there's a predominant thought or story that's dancing across your mind, your consciousness right now. I'm just like waving a train by. You don't have to hop on. You can let it go. But just noticing. Noticing the feel of the air on your skin, the temperature of the air on your skin. Feeling your feet on the earth. Feeling your bottom on your seat. And staying with your breath. And just really meeting yourself exactly where you are. If you were out on a hike, a favorite hike, and you came around the corner on a path or trail, and you saw yourself, you saw a reflection of yourself. Can you bring compassion and curiosity and kindness to her exactly where she is? She doesn't need to be smarter or sharper or wittier or have it together or be thinner or bigger or taller or shorter, just exactly as she is right now. Meeting her with so much love and so much kindness. And then I'm going to invite you, as you stay with your breath, to bring your awareness to the area above the crown of your head. Letting your awareness cascade down to your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms and fingers, wiggling your fingers. Moving your awareness down into your throat, chest, upper body, front body, back body, side body. And staying with your awareness, bringing it down into your hips, your belly, your pelvis, your thighs, your knees, your calves and your feet, wiggling your toes. Feeling your 72 trillion cells alive and well. And taking a moment to just feel gratitude for creating this space today. You know, there's this idea of introception and proprioception. Introception, what's going on in our inner world? Proprioception, what's going on in our outer world? So introception, just nurturing and nourishing your inner world, your inner space today. And know that outside the door that you're in, I have placed a basket with your name on it. And I'm going to invite you right now to dump anything in that basket, any to-dos, any worries, concerns, anything that has to get done later today or later this month, and just dump it. It's a huge basket. Just keep dumping and dumping and dumping. It's not in your space. It's not for you to worry about. And if you want to claim it when you're done with the retreat, it will be there waiting for you, or you may decide to just let it all go. So I'm going to guide you through 3 short questions, what I call my quickie journaling exercise. Very, very simple. And I want you to stay in an internal space, but I invite you to get out paper and pen or your journal as I guide you through this. So keeping your awareness just internal. And moving your pen like stream of consciousness, not overthinking it, no good or bad, no right or wrong, for your eyes only. But the first question is just, how do I feel? How do I feel in this moment, in this time and space? So letting your pen move and seeing what wants to emerge. You know, emotions come, emotions go. Emotions come, emotions go. It's like the weather. They're just constantly shifting. So allowing everything to come to and through you that wants to show up. All the visitors, especially during this time of big feels. How do I feel in this moment, in this time and space? Just letting your pen move. And this is just going to be a quick flash journaling. You're going to do some longer journaling later. So how do I feel in this moment, in this time and space? And then the second question, no rush. The second question, what do I need? What do I need? It could be, what do I need in this moment? What do I need today? What do I need in this time and space? Either in the larger sense of my life or in this exact moment. What do I need? And again, just letting your pen move, stream of consciousness, and seeing what wants to emerge, not overthinking it. And if you find yourself moving into your head and this feels weird or it feels uncomfortable, know that that's normal and that's perfectly okay. And you might put one hand over the center of your chest to really invite in the heart to have a voice today. Really giving voice to your heart's desire. What do I need? What do I need? It could be something very specific from the body, or it could be in the larger sense of my life. I'm needing more support or more connection, or I'm needing to do something really differently. This first response, not overthinking it. And then the third question, so how do I feel? What do I need? And then what do I want? What do I want? Not what others think I should do, what they think my next best step should be, even if they're very well-intentioned and they love me. But in my heart's greatest desire, what do I really, really want right now? What is it that I most want? Letting that really land in you like an anchor. Letting it land in your belly. Be letting your belly give voice. And then when you're ready, letting your pen move. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? How do I feel? What do I need? What do I want? You'll have more time. You can return to this later. This is just a quick check-in. Like, this is really just a self-care check-in, this quickie journaling. I carry a journal in my car, and a lot of times when I feel out of whack or just out of alignment, I'll just do that quickie journaling. How do I feel? What do I need? What do I want? And then one last reflection, and invite you again to either close your eyes or take a soft gaze if that feels comfortable. And I want you to take the 30,000-foot view of your life right now. Way, way, way up high, way above the trees. Way, way, way above the to-do lists, above the shoulds, above the emails, the inbox, above the requests for your time, your energy, your talents. Just come way, way, way up. And can you look down at yourself, your life stage, how your sweet body is doing, your health, all the ways that you're caregiving. You know, many of you are caring for children and caring for elders. Others have stepped away from caring for loved ones who are healing right now. I know some of you even left the hospital to come into this retreat to give yourself some replenishment. Everything that you're navigating, look at all of it, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Can you invite in compassion as you see the 30,000-foot view of your life? What are you observing? What are you observing? What emotion comes through? How do you feel as you take the 30,000-foot view of your life? You see all the transitions, all the ways you're supporting others, all the moving pieces. I just feel like a tenderness in my heart when I do that. Wow, it's quite powerful. So I'm going to invite you to just take a moment, if you like, and just jot down any observations from that 30,000-foot view, anything you're observing about your life, all the transitions, everything that you're going through, with compassion and curiosity. Very good. And then you might place both hands over the center of your chest right now, just acknowledging where you are. Come as you are. Your ordinary self is enough. And taking a deep inhale through your nose and exhale. And I'm going to invite you, we're just going to do a really short connect with another sister, just really short. So it's going to be 10 minutes total. I'm going to invite you to take 4 minutes each. So one of you, the person with the shortest hair, can go first. And one of you can set a timer. But you're just going to do a really short connect with a sister. And I invite you to share, where are you landing? So we just did this self-care check-in and we just did the 30,000-foot view. And I'm going to invite you to share, where are you landing? What are you observing is another way to look at it. Okay, and a reminder, we're not going to problem solve or crosstalk, or you don't even, all my therapists and my healers that are in this group, you don't even have to hold space for people. You're just letting them be. You're just letting them be. Okay, so let's take a moment to do some stretching. Oh, big inhale. Let's stretch our side body. We get a lot of emotion get stuck in the side body. That's why this always feels so good. Oh, so grabbing your wrist and gently pulling over. Oh, that feels good. Make some sound. Oh, what wants to be released this morning? Oh, I guess it's nighttime for our European friends, but getting ready for bed. This could be a bedtime stretch or a morning stretch, huh? Oh, that feels good. Invite you to do some hip circles, kind of waking up the pelvis, waking up the body. Oh, maybe clasping your hands behind your back and stretching the chest, opening the chest. Oh, the issues are in the tissues. Move a muscle and change a thought. Oh, maybe doing some shaking. I was finding this morning we were having some technical difficulties and I was getting stuck in some fear. And I was reminding myself that shaking is one of the best things to release fear. Clapping around our field and just shaking. Oh, releasing, releasing, releasing. Oh, that feels good. Very good. So as we move a little deeper into the cave together, the cave of sovereignty, I am a fanatic for ritual. Most of you that know me well, that I am always looking at ways to bring in ritual, whether it's when women gather, lighting a candle. I have little altars all over my room. I bring in fresh herbs from outside. I'm just always looking to do things that will remind me that I'm not a human doing, I'm a human being. And that life is more to be, life is a mystery. It's a mystery to be lived. It's not this to-do list to be plowed through. And we can forget that. We can forget that. So I invite in, the very sacred Native American tradition of calling in the 4 directions. And I'm going to do this. We're going to do this in abbreviated fashion. Casey, can you paste those in for us, the 4 directions? So if you know where east is in your home, I invite you to orient towards east. So this is a Native American tradition for calling in the 4 directions. Each direction has qualities and energies that we're going to bring into our circle today. And so I will begin with east, and I would love to have some sisters volunteer somebody to read south or west or north. And if you just want to put up a little hand, you can do the hand reaction down there under reaction, raise hand, that little bar, if you're willing to do that. And Casey can identify, or I can identify you to read one of the directions. So facing the east in your home, seeing if you can orient to the east, calling in the energy of the east. East, element of air, powers of the mind, inspired thought, my breath. And then I invite you to say with me, be here now. Be here now. Okay. Somebody want to read south?
Yeah, Diane, if you want to go ahead and read south.
Great.
South, element of fire, powers of passionate intent, the fire of desire, my womb.
And invite everyone to say, be here now. Be here now.
Be here now. Here now.
Okay. Does someone want to read west?
I can read west, Renee.
Wonderful.
Element of water, powers of flowing emotion, an open heart.
Be here now.
Be here now.
Be here now. Okay. And the last, turning to the north. Would someone like to read north? So Diane has her hand up. Wonderful, Diane.
Thank you. Element of earth, my gut, intuition, and the body.
Be here now.
Be here now.
Be here now. And you might place a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest and just connecting to those energies of the north, the south, the east, and the west. Inviting in those qualities. And with a deep inhale and exhale, So I'm going to invite you, if you haven't already, you might want to put it on speaker view now, just to give your eyes a break. As we move into an exploration, and you can also pin. So you'll go to speaker and then you can pin me with the ... And I'm going to invite us now to move into an exploration of sovereignty. Sovereignty or allegiance to self. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Sovereignty, allegiance to self. Just notice where in the body you might be feeling that, how you respond to that. And Casey, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and put up the first slide. If you can do a screen share. And I will make sure and share Tomas's website for this beautiful piece of artwork. I want you to just kind of take this in and as we move into this. So one definition that's out there of sovereignty, and we're talking about personal sovereignty, not the political sovereignty. I have to say as a side note, because we like to bring in levity, I was talking to my sweet husband yesterday and telling him about this retreat and how excited I was. And I had just written kind of this manifesto off the top of my head about sovereignty. And he was telling me how triggered he gets from that word and all the political things that it conjures up. And he said, I think you need to change the name and the focus of the retreat. This is last night. So anyway, I said, thank you, honey, but no, we're not going to do that. So one definition of sovereignty, personal sovereignty, is supreme power or authority over oneself, freedom from external control, complete autonomy. And my dear friend Hira Boga, who lives up in British Columbia, shared this definition of sovereignty. She says, to assert your boundaries, you must first recognize that you have a right to them, that you have a right to your individuality and personhood. You have the right to decide how you want to live. You have the right to decide whom you allow into your world, how long you wish them to stay, the standards of discourse and behavior you expect from them while they are visiting your kingdom, and the entrances and exits you want them to use when they are invited into your world. So I had a really beautiful aha a couple days ago as I was preparing for this retreat, and I am just on fire about this topic. Most of you know that I have been teaching the art and science of self-care for over 25 years, which I define as attuning and responding, self-care, attuning and responding to our needs and our desires moment to moment. Not something we put on our to-do list, not about us becoming, Renee 2.0 or a better version of ourselves, but really bringing in this kinder and gentler way of being with ourselves, attuning and responding to our needs and desires moment to moment. And what I heard so clearly as I was preparing to share all these different perspectives and ways of looking at sovereignty is that I had this, it felt so beautiful. It was like one of those lightning bolts moving through me. And it was clear, I am not here to teach you sovereignty. What I am here to do is to ignite an extreme curiosity within you to pursue and define what sovereignty means to you. And as I had that come through me, I had this image of water. I started to see the ocean waves and waterfalls and rivers and lakes and brooks and babbling streams. And, here where I live in the Pisgah Forest, sometimes you'll run across a spring and it's just a trickle. It's just barely coming down. And I was like, wow, that is what that is what each of us individually as women, that is how our power and energy moves through us individually. Our power and energy move through us very, very differently. Some of us, the expression is loud and crashing, you know, like the ocean or like a waterfall. And others who are equally powerful, it's just a small little trickle. It's a little stream or it's a little brook. It's all water, right? We never say like, oh, well, that type of water or that body of water is more powerful than another body. We never say that. So that is what I think of when I think of sovereignty and allegiance to self, is how is your energy, your essence, your power uniquely moving through you? And it will change depending on your life stage. So I'd like to offer up, and I just wrote this yesterday, so I want to offer up what came to me in terms of Renee and my sovereignty and what this feels like and what this looks like. And this image that you're looking at, to me, this feels a lot like my sovereignty. It may not feel like yours at all. You know, yours will be a different image. But this image that we're looking at of Tomas. And I want to share, Casey, I'm going to ask you to go to slide 2. So this is a drawing that I did when I first moved here. Many of you know I took this radical move to Western North Carolina, to the Blue Ridge Mountains where I live. And I started to have this image come to me, and it was in lucid dreaming. And it was this image of this woman with long hair, and she had twigs and leaves and all of this inner hair coming out of her hair, and this long red dress, like those medieval dresses, you know, that go all the way to your hand and go to your fingertips. And she was walking deeper and deeper into the forest under the full moon. And behind her, you can't see the second part of this red dress. There was this howling, there was this thing pulling at the end of her dress going, no, like pulling her back, which I saw as my ego. And I saw this was the jumping off point for my soul really taking the driver's seat, where my soul was like, I must go. So I wrote this. This is from yesterday. My sovereignty, Renee's sovereignty asks that I have an unwavering allegiance to my soul. And when I hear there is nothing more important than your spiritual transformation, I heed this, as radical as it may sound. My sovereignty asks that I honor and revere my body with curiosity and deep listening. When I receive information, which I did a couple days ago, I'm spent, I'm exhausted, I don't balk. I say, thank you for the guidance. I am my body's ally. My sovereignty asks that I come into a new relationship with my energetic body, and that how I run, how I source, how I use my energy, holding, revering, and containing it so that I can more consciously direct it. I'm going to be 56 in about 2 weeks, and I'm having lots of revelations around this energy movement, energy management. My sovereignty asks that I no longer fix. My sovereignty means allowing those around me to find and occupy their sovereign state, especially my son and partner. I release striving. I allow, like a gentle lotus blossom drifting on the water. I allow things to come to me. I receive. I let things come to me as a gift floating to my feet. My sovereignty asks that I go against conventionality, regardless of how this looks to others. I let my soul take the wheel. I follow deep creative impulses and callings, regardless of how they look or whether they make sense. Walking a labyrinth in the pitch black or swimming in the frigid waters. I revere how my essence runs feminine power, and I acknowledge that every woman does this creatively and differently, and it is a beautiful thing to watch. My sovereignty asks that I tune into my heart's desires throughout the day, pausing frequently to put my hand on my chest and ask, what do I need? What do I need in this moment? I speak my truth in the moment. I don't wait. and I am comfortable knowing I will sometimes make others uncomfortable. I am becoming more and more interested in pleasing myself rather than pleasing others. I release the last fragments of caring what others think about me. And as an Enneagram 3, anybody Enneagram out there? I give myself a wide berth here. My sovereignty asks that I feel into how I can show up more and more Renee every day in all situations. I've been dancing with a deep longing and unrest since I moved to North Carolina, and I thought it was for another, but I came to find it was actually longing for greater intimacy with my soul, to fully own, embody, and treasure my own beautiful essence, and to relax into the longest and most passionate love affair I will ever have. So that's what my sovereignty is asking of me. Casey, I'm going to ask you to go to the third slide. So this tree, can you see the woman here? Can you see that she's a woman, shaped like a woman? This is a tree that I go to when I don't have answers, and I go and I sit in her lap with my journal, and I release and let go, and I let myself be held. And I don't try to force what needs to come to me. So just letting all this settle for a minute as I express what my sovereignty, my allegiance to self. I will not abandon myself. What does that feel like and look like to you? Just let that settle for a minute. Maybe close your eyes, put a hand on your heart. And I'd like to read a poem by Marge Piercy. And I think that we have, it's really struck me the other day. I have been gathering with a wonderful group of women. We're all in our 50s. And we've been doing some work around my dear friend, Mary Reynolds Thompson's book, Reclaiming the Wild Soul, which I highly recommend. And I will put in the resources as a follow-up. But I've been thinking a lot about, we were exploring mountain woman archetype, and I've been thinking about how we all run this idea of power, energy, essence in our body. I remember one time, it was my 40th birthday, and my dear friend Deb, who a lot of you guys know, Deb Kern, she said to me when I was turning 40 and we were in a big circle, she said, I've never met anyone as quietly powerful as you are. And I thought, how interesting. I wasn't even sure what that meant at the time. But I understand now, and as I think about, I've done a lot of work with girls empowerment. So I've spoken at a lot of national girls empowerment conferences, and I see these young girls, and they tend to gravitate, when they think of power, they think of it's the extroverted girl, it's the really outspoken girl, maybe even brazen. We love that energy. That energy is present at times in all of us. But the girl that's sitting in the corner that is praying quietly for the children who are starving, or the other girl that's sitting on the other side of the room that's quietly journaling and observing everyone and writing poetry, is equally as powerful, right? Right. So some of us move our power, some of us were loud, others are quiet, others are still, others are active. So many different ways to move our power. And we have a lot of misguided ideas, I think, around women and sovereignty and power and strength. So Marge writes, a strong woman. So settle in, because this is such a powerful poem. A strong woman is a woman who is straining. A strong woman is a woman standing on tiptoe and lifting a barbell while trying to sing Boris Godunov. A strong woman is a woman at work, cleansing out the cesspool of the ages. And while she shovels, she talks about how she doesn't mind crying. It opens the ducts of the eyes, and throwing up develops the stomach muscles. And she goes on shoveling with tears in her nose. A strong woman is a woman in whose head a voice is repeating, I told you so, ugly, bad girl, bitch, nag, shrill, witch, ballbuster. Nobody will ever love you back. Why aren't you feminine? Why aren't you soft? Why aren't you quiet? Why aren't you dead? A strong woman is a woman determined to do something others are determined not be done. She is pushing up on the bottom of a lead coffin lid. She's trying to raise a manhole cover with her head. She's trying to butt her way through a steel wall. Her head hurts. People waiting for the hole to be made say, hurry, you're so strong. The strong woman is a woman bleeding inside. A strong woman is a woman making herself strong every morning while her teeth loosen and her back throbs. Every baby a tooth, midwives used to say, and now every battle a scar. A strong woman is a mass of scar tissue that aches when it rains, and wounds that bleed when you bump them, and memories that get up in the night and pace in boots to and fro, to and fro. A strong woman is a woman who craves love like oxygen, or she turns blue, choking. A strong woman is a woman who loves strongly and weeps strongly and is strongly terrified and has strong needs. A strong woman is strong in words and actions and connection and feeling. She is not strong as a stone, but as a wolf suckling her young. Strength is not in her, but she enacts it as the wind fills a sail. What comforts her is others loving her equally for her strength and weaknesses, from which it issues lightning from a cloud. Lightning stuns. In rain, the clouds disperse. Only water of connection remains flowing through us. Strong is what we make each other until we are all strong together. A strong woman is a woman strongly afraid.
Oh.
And Audre Lorde, I'm not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. So sovereignty, allegiance to self, how you move your power, your essence, your life force through your body at this life stage, revering and honoring the way that you do that. Okay, so you can stop screen sharing now. So we're going to come back and sing two songs. And that was, Katie, that was A Strong Woman by Marge Piercy. Strong Woman by Marge. And I'll make sure and send that to you guys as well. So as we let this kind of digest and marinate, because you're going to go on a solo date where you're going to really dive into this on your own. But as we let this digest and marinate, let's do a little bit of singing. When in doubt, sing. When in doubt, dance, right? So Casey, I'm going to ask you to put, I am here. I am me. I am courageous. I think it's called I am courageous in the chat. But again, you don't need to look at that. You can just listen to me. Much better for your brain to just try to follow along. Yeah. So the words are, and this is from Paul Barton, and he wrote this at a time where he felt powerless. And This was him reclaiming his sovereignty. And it goes like this. Just 4 lines, very simple. I am me. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. Those are the 4 lines. That's it. So you try it. I am me. Make sure you're muted. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. And again, I am me. And I would invite you to put it on gallery view if you like. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. Just 4 lines, that's it. Now I'm going to ask you to sing it like you mean it. I am me. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. I am me. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. 2 more times. I am me. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. Last time, I invite you to put both hands on your belly, your center for creativity, power, sex, and money, 2nd chakra. I am here. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. Now very soft. I am here. I am courageous. I love. I am powerful here. Thank you, song, for reminding me of all the ways that I can feel and express my personal power, my sovereignty. And anybody that wants to thank the song for anything, you can unmute yourself and just speak up. Just a quick little share. And I want to sing one more song. And Casey, if you will put This Is Home. Okay, one more song. This is home where I belong. You try it. This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, you try it. In this breath, in this heart, and go back to this is home where I belong. You try it. This is home where I belong. And then the last line, in this voice, in this song. Try it. In this voice, in this song. So the first one is breath and heart, and the second one is voice and song. And you can harmonize with me if you like. This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song, this is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song. And if once you've got it, you can close your eyes if you want, and you can harmonize if you like. This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song, this is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song. I'm going to invite you on this last time to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly as you connect your heart and your power center. This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice, in this song. So I'm going to invite you to take out your journals for just a moment. And I invite you to just briefly reflect on two questions. The first question, where do I feel sovereignty or allegiance to self in my body? Where do I feel sovereignty or allegiance to self in my body? And if that feels too off for you, you can just share, this is what I'm observing right now. This is what I'm observing. Where do I feel sovereignty in my body? Don't get in your head. Don't overthink it. Just tap into these 72 trillion cells. Where do I feel sovereignty in my body? Where do I feel allegiance to self in my body? Let your heart have a voice. Don't overthink it. You find yourself moving into your head, you can put a hand over your heart center, a hand over your belly. Letting your body speak. Wisdom of the body, somatic wisdom. Soma, the body, wisdom of the body. Where do I feel sovereignty or allegiance to self in my body? And the second question, without overthinking it, if I trusted myself completely, I would. If I trusted myself completely, I would. ... If I trusted myself completely, if I trusted myself completely, I would. What? So I'm going to follow my intuition and mix it up a little bit. And I invite you right now from the journaling that you just did to just circle maybe one thing that jumps out at you that wants to be seen and heard. Maybe one thing that wants to be danced or moved through your body. That's something you're curious about, something maybe that's been reoccurring today. And Casey, I'm going to ask you to cue the Ho'oponopono song for me. Just not start it yet, but just cue it. And we're going to move into our solo dates now. And in your packet, there is a guided journaling with about 7 to 8 really rich questions around sovereignty. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put on a piece of music first as we start our solo date. And so you can have your video on, you can have your video off. This will not be recorded, but I'm going to let this piece of music, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. So you're going to begin with movement and standing up and moving, and moving in a way that feels comfortable to you. So you may want to turn your video off, or you may appreciate or enjoy seeing your sisters move and want to move with them. And then when the song is over, you're going to move into your solo date. And our solo dates are going to be a little bit shorter. I would encourage you to probably only answer a couple of those questions, unless you're wired like me. Some of us, if you know Ayurveda, have a pitta wiring, and we move pretty fast and digest pretty fast, but we're all wired very, very differently. So I encourage most of you to probably just pick 2 questions from that list, unless you're wired like me and you want to do them all. And I want to share this. This may be new for some of you. So the song that we're going to be moving to is a prayer, and it's a Hawaiian prayer. It's the Ho'oponopono prayer, which means, so the prayer is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So this is a prayer to ourselves. This is a prayer to ourselves. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And the word Ho'oponopono roughly translates to causing things within our psyche to move back into balance. So it's a beautiful, integrating and soothing piece. And it goes through some different rhythms and different pieces. I think you're going to really enjoy it. It can be very powerful. I was dancing to it yesterday, bawling in a really cathartic way. So encourage you to turn it up loud, put it on Bluetooth, and we are at 2:40. So we're going to come back together at 3 o'clock in 20 minutes. I think the song is about 5 or 6 minutes, and then you'll have about 15 minutes on your solo date. I encourage you on your solo date to move to a different space. So even if you're going to stay in your home, I encourage you to go outside. If it's gorgeous, go outside, definitely. But if you're not going to go outside, then go to a different space. Again, we're just changing, creating neuroplasticity, creating new neural pathways, just changing it up. When we change our perspective, we change our thoughts. When we change our perspective, we change our thoughts. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, Casey. So friends, if you want to make your way back into the room, and I'd love to see your beautiful faces. If you want to turn on your video. If you don't, I understand. So I'm going to ask you right now to, from the guided journaling that you just did, or maybe just even from the 2 questions I asked right before we begin moving and dancing, to circle 1 or 2 things that want to be seen and heard. Maybe it's a phrase, maybe it's a line, maybe it's a remembrance or a curiosity, something that's being ignited within you. I've been, is playing in the field of human potential for the last 30 years. We're really receptive. Our brains and our psyches are really receptive when we get curious. So when we bring in ideas around what are you observing, what are you curious about, what's interesting to you right now, what's coming up, all of that is really it's really helpful to us to be in that space, rather than to be in when I get off this retreat, I need to go do this or go do that, or start getting into tasking or things that we should do better or do differently. But just bringing in that curiosity, really, really helpful. So everybody circled 1 or 2 things that are jumping out that want to be seen and heard, because I'm dying to get into our group conversation. I can't wait. I'm going to ask Casey though right now to break you out into groups of 3. So groups of 3. So Casey, I want to do 12 minutes. So each person will have around, 3 to 4 minutes per person, if you'll have a timekeeper. So 12 minutes, groups of 3. Reminder, if you do not want to speak and you just want to witness what your sisters are saying, go into a group, please, and just be there as a witness. And you can just share, I just want to witness. I don't want to speak right now. I'm still in an internal space, and that is more than okay. No problem solving, cross-talking, just being together, just mindfully listening. And then you might use that last minute or two to kind of sync up on any commonalities or threads that you're observing. And just really enjoy this time to be with your sisters. I know it's just the most amazing women have gathered here today. So I'm excited for you all to connect with one another. Welcome back. And just take a moment again and just connect with these beautiful faces. I had an interesting experience. I was feeling a lot of resistance to some of the technological things we were trying to do. We were trying to kick it up a notch. We were trying to do some new things with sound and music and things like that didn't quite work out. And I was watching myself just kind of dig my heels in like I was 5 years old. And I was like, I don't want to do this virtual thing. I want us to be gathering in person. And just seeing my resistance, of wanting things to be different than the way they are. And this is a beautiful experience that we get to be together. But yeah, I want to be what I call belly time. I want to be in a circle with you guys. So let's just take a moment just with this virtual campfire. Just go through here. I'm sure you all probably know at least one person on here. And just see these beautiful faces. Beautiful faces from all over. Oh. Yeah. So each one of these beautiful women is running their essence, their life force, their power differently, right? Like the ocean waves, the brook, the waterfall, the lake, we're all running our energy differently. So I want to open it up. This is the time to share and be curious. And I want to hear what you're observing, what's coming up for you right now around this theme of sovereignty and allegiance to self. Where is it landing in your body? Where is it landing in your heart? What are you observing? What are you observing? And remembering that we're all feeling and thinking just slightly different variations of the same things. So really helpful in serving to others when you give voice to whatever is coming up for you. So any observations? And I think, Casey, since we've got 60 something, let's go ahead and raise hands. That's good. And just put people in queue, and then we can just kind of flow from there. I want it to be organic. And we'd love to hear from you, as many as want to share. Diane, what's up for you? What are you observing?
I'm observing gratitude and appreciation because I had to look up the word. I never really used it. I just loved it. So thank you for making me more aware of standing up for myself, giving it a name and naming it, identifying it, and all the things that you brought to our attention. So thank you. And everybody in the groups as well. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, and what I hope, it was so interesting when it came to me, I had read it early, that it was like, I am not here to teach sovereignty. I am here to ignite an extreme curiosity in encouraging you to define that for yourself. And I hope you guys are feeling that's really like that you're just going to turn this and sit with this, maybe for all of next year and beyond. What does this mean to me? Does this resonate with me? What does it look like when I abandon myself or when I stand in allegiance to myself? And I will say, I was teaching a retreat at Esalen one time in California, and we had a big circle of women. And I asked, how many of you can say that you feel safe with yourself? Raise your hand if you feel safe with yourself. And out of this huge circle, I'm in California. Yeah, we could do it now too. One person said that they felt safe with themselves, meaning that they would not throw themselves under the bus, which looks like saying yes when your body is saying no, right? Something like that. Dawn, what are you observing? You unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, gratitude. Renee, I can't tell you enough. I met you at Blue Zone's anniversary party and did the circle, one of the classes, and that ignited something in me. One of my mottos is to thyself to thy own self be true. And for me, that's claiming my authenticity. And I can't be what others want me to be or what expectations are. I can only be me. And curiosity is what's captivated me. I've always had a good sense of curiosity, but I'm telling you, when you're, at least when I'm doing something that feels real to me and safe, it just lands so in my heart, and actually through going down to my belly. I feel fulfilled. I feel full. And when I don't feel that way, I want to feel that way. So, you know, the things that I think observing that a change is needed. And for probably close to a year, I've been looking to get to Brevard. I will be there for a month from March to April, but I've been there probably 5 or 6 times now in the last 9 months, and it speaks to my soul. I mean, it just, the connection of the community. And I know that if I stay in a place too long, or I stay in a certain life position, I get stagnant and I want to keep growing. And so, you know, trying to be true to that and just staying present, staying in gratitude, and meeting all these lovely women wherever you're at. Giving ourselves grace, I think is important, because, you know, we need that permission to be ourselves and to be to love ourselves. So I thank you all, and I'll hand it over to somebody else that wishes to.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. And I'm actually going to jump around because I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to go down to Tori right here and hear what Tori is observing. And I just got to do a wonderful podcast with Tori on the power of retreating that you should check out, because she's doing some super cool things. So we'll put that in the follow-up notes. Okay, Tori, what are you observing?
Thank you, Renee. And this is what I'm observing, and I'm open to feedback. So Renee, if you had any feedback about this, I would be totally open to it. So I'm at a really big pivotal moment in my life. I'm in a lot of transition, and I feel really lit up in my sacral area. I'm really excited for everything that's to come. And I've noticed that there are some old habits that numb me out and drain me. And I've been waiting to get to a point where I feel ready to release them. But I just keep doing them, even though they're not making me feel very good. So it could be like watching too much TV or binge eating, you know, things like that that numb me out. And I'm wondering, I'm at a point where I feel sovereign and I want to step into this new version of me. So I feel like sometimes my sovereignty is a little shaky. And I wonder if anyone else has experienced that when they're in transition and how they've worked through it.
Beautiful observation. Does anyone else want to, if you'll actually, those that have their hands up, if there's something that Tori's saying that's really landing with you, will you kind of give me a little wave and I'll go to you next? I was seeing some head shaking, wobbly with their sovereignty. Cheryl, And unmute yourself. Oh, there you go. There you go, Cheryl. So good to see your beautiful face too.
Good to see you, and it's so good to be here. Yeah, this has been a really tough year, worse than last year. But with Tori, the being a little shaky and doing things that you shouldn't do, like I'll play like dumb color matching games on my stupid phone, and I'll watch TV for too long, or surf the internet for ridiculous, fall down rabbit holes, and the eating. Absolutely. I've had, trouble. I'm going to be getting a divorce, and but the question, if I trusted myself completely, I would, and I never thought that I didn't trust myself until that question. And then you said that so many women, did not raise their hand that they trusted themselves. I'm very alone right now. I mean, I'm alone. No husband, no kids, no nothing. I have no house. We sold our house. I'm living in my friend's basement. So I don't have sovereignty over anything. And sovereignty to me sometimes can mean control or, I have my own castle, as a queen, and I don't have that right now. And I think the whole world is experiencing some incredible transition right now. And I think, Tori, our need to connect with each other is much more important than connecting electronically.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to use my intuition and weave over. Amari, do you have something to say about that? I just feel like you do. Amari, you want to share?
Thank you. It must have been my vibes going out.
What are you observing? Yeah, what's coming up?
So I'm sorry, the person who asked, was it Tori? Is that, or was talking about how she keeps doing things that sort of sabotage herself? For me, the absolute, for me, go-to is to go out in nature and to spend deep time connecting with trees and flowers and grass, laying on the ground, looking at the sky, just because that calms me, that grounds me. And when I can spend that quality time, then things seem to lift. And I'm like, okay, do I really, for me, eating as well, do I really need to eat that? No, I don't. And so that's my 2 cents worth.
Thank you. Thank you, Amari. And I'm going to jump down to Colleen. Colleen, so good to see your face. Oh my gosh. Woo. And I'm going to come back up to Carolyn and Dina and Marianne in a minute. But Colleen, what are you observing?
Hi, y'all. Tori, just be kind to yourself. The entire society is set up for us to be mean to ourselves and for us to watch too much TV, overeat, etc. You don't have to scold yourself. Nothing good comes out of scolding yourself. I think calling up your wise self and having her come and hold your hand and say, okay, that's enough with the cookies. We all love cookies or whatever. What do I need in this moment? What do I really need in this moment? And we do all need to soothe ourselves right now through this unprecedented time. And I think taking a few breaths and asking your wise woman to come forward and guide you. That's what I need.
Thank you, Colleen. And I want to thank you so much. I want to jump over to Carolyn, but I want to, if I may, just share when I wobbled last night. So I had a real moment of wobbling last night. So I had several things we were doing to get ready for the retreat. I was invited to a friend's party that I really wanted to go to. Like I could just taste a really good glass of Merlot, and I could taste that they were going to have Irish music, and I was going to drive over there. But my patterning when I step out of allegiance to myself is overscheduling, trying to do too much, and being active. So I'm always looking for that balance between being and doing. So I sat quietly. I talked to someone. I had a short conversation with someone that I know I really pay attention to friendships in the second half of life, like who anchors me, who, rather than just kind of fall into a conversation with a friend, like who do I really need to connect with right now energetically? And I made a short call and we kind of processed for a minute, and I got clear, oh my gosh, no, I need to stay here. I need to do less. And I need to go for a winter walk under the moonlight, like a really yummy, long winter walk in the dark under the moonlight. And so I ditched the Merlot and the party and did the winter walk under the moonlight. And not that one is better than another, or it would have been wrong for me to go to the party. But for me to be in my sovereignty in that moment, it was to do less and to do the thing that would really nurture my soul rather than just kind of give me instant gratification. Just sharing my wobbling. Carolyn, what are you observing?
Oh, it was more of what surfaces when you put your hand in the heart.
Yes.
Living in the week means living in the moment. And what I need is to establish a set amount of time, either 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 7 minutes in the week, to declutter and also to let passion and explore something new enter each week. And when I talked with one of my talking buddies, it came to the point of it's that purging of the old, making space for the new in now, not 3 months from now, not 6 months from now, but now. And there's always going to be stuff that we have, but it's more of where am I going to grow? So that's what came to me. And that was my whole opportunity to come to this whole session to ignite something new. So thanks, Renee, for igniting that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Dina, what are you observing? What's up for you?
I'm observing that I never knew of this word sovereignty. I've heard of it in different realms, and I love it. And I love your definition, Renee. I hope that you'll share that with us. I didn't realize that we get to do that. I thought I did because I'm big on boundaries, and I thought I was getting really good at creating mine and adhering to them. But you've just helped me understand it on a completely different level. And at this age and stage in life at 55, I just feel like if not now, when? And that's, I like to have a word going in, like a word that I focus on going into a new year. So this obviously is my word. It was going to be boundaries, but boundaries just feels insignificant compared to the power of the word sovereignty. So that's what I'm.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you. And I would love to hear, after we're done with the retreat, if anybody wants to email me, I'd love to hear messages or things you're observing, or even if you were to think of sovereignty or your essence or your power as water, how you would describe how it moves through you energetically. I would love to hear that. Marianne in Florida, we'd love to hear from you. What are you observing, Marianne?
Hi, Renee. Good to
Hi.
see you.
Yes.
So for me, like Dina, sovereignty was never really in my vocabulary. It wasn't really something I thought about. But I think what really jumped out to me most of all is I'm a really good at solving problems, other people's problems. Like, what do my kids need? Like, what does my work need? But I'm not really good at taking care of my own needs. And so the internet is a slippery slope, right? There's always a new article on how you can do this better and how you do that better. And I think what really resonated with me today is self-care is my much needed priority, but also trusting myself. I know what I need for care. I know what brings me joy, what grounds me, what centers me, what I really need, like a walk in nature. Nature, hands down, is what makes me recentered. And I know this. And so instead of looking outwardly of all the tools and tricks of self-care, I really just need to slow down, quieten down, and just listen to my own instinct, what I know I need, and to just trust
Beautiful.
that I need and make that a priority.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Marianne.
Water, for me, that would be a slow trickle. That stream trickling that I know that it's in me. I know this and I keep coming back to it, but I really need to believe it because at some point it'll go rushing into a waterfall.
Well, and I love that because none of us are fixed. Like, we're dynamic, we're fluid, and we could have days where we're moving our sovereignty or energy where it is like, a stream, and then other days where it's boom, right? Like it's full on, And so just playing with those states and and we're going through different life stages, you know, and feel differently depending on our life stage. So I love that. I love that. Carol from California, San Rafael. Yes, what are you observing, Carol?
First of all, hello to all of you beautiful, beautiful women. I'm looking around. I've never seen such beautiful women. Seriously.
I'm with you. I think they're gorgeous.
I also want to say how lovely it was to meet, you know, first in the dyads where I met Vanessa. Am I allowed to say names? And then meeting Dawn and Linda. You know, Renee, I love that, being broken up into groups. And sovereignty, that is a fabulous word. It's powerful. As a matter of fact, every time I say it, I'm sitting up a little bit straighter. The word sovereignty, it's making me sit up. And
I love it. I love it.
It's just great. I have learned to not abandon myself, and sovereignty fits right in there. I am, first off, I appreciate that I take care of myself. And because I take care of myself, I am able, without resentment, to take care of a lot of other people, which I do, which I do. I take care of a lot of other people. And the fact that I can, and this, well, I'll finish my sentence. The fact that I can be with myself and not abandon myself and take care of myself, and I come first, allows me to take care of all these other people that I need to, or that I want to and need to. And being in this retreat is even more affirming of that. And I certainly appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what's next, Renee. So here
I feel like it was an interesting thing as I was preparing for this retreat. I feel like I'm feeling some Witches of Eastwick kind of faded energies moving as I was preparing for this. And I cannot wait to gather at these in-person ones in 22, because we are going way down the rabbit hole with sovereignty. Like, we're just scratching the surface now, but I'm just really wanting to go really deep and really create an incubator for women to go within themselves to define and feel and express that, you know, in the world. So I'm excited. Thank you.
Me too.
Lizzie, my sweet Lizzie, I'd love to hear from you. What are you observing?
Hi, everyone. Well, I really, when you were describing your experience of, you know, all the different opportunities and the way that you use your energy, you know, I so relate to that. I think that's my daily struggle of over schedule, everything's interesting to me, combined with a lot of feeling of like I'm required to do certain things. So I balance those things out, not wanting to hurt people, doing for other people versus, you know, just my level of curiosity and excitement of being alive is really high. And so with that comes burnout, because, you know, I can overdo so much. And so what I was really thinking about, what we're all kind of saying in all our different ways, is the relationship with the inner desire, getting quiet, going inward, and really trying to get deep about what my desire is. And from desire, when I have that relationship with that energetic pattern, then I can actually either act or have a boundary. So it creates either a desire and an action, or it creates a boundary. And so that practice, when I think of it as a thing, feels like a little tiny flicker of a flame almost, that I have to have an energetic relationship with. And it takes me the relationship with it is a lifelong practice that I'm just now really, you know, in my 50s getting to a deep place with. And so I think that that's exciting in and of itself. Like, oh, wow, when this thing gets stoked up, then comes sovereignty, then comes radiance. And it's just so it makes me think of what Tori was saying. The wobble is like, oh, it's this, yeah, it makes me think of physics and as within, so without, as above, so below. It's all part of this kind of circular, energetic, like a circuit.
Yes, 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 yes. Carolyn and Dawn, I'm going to pause you. And if we have time at the very end, I'll come back because I know you have another share, which I'd love to hear, but I want to make sure we have time for Yoga Nidra. And I just want to echo with what Lizzie just said. In fact, let's just take a breath for a minute. So just big inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. I'm at a place in a life stage where I have a lot of time and a lot of energy and bandwidth to go deep within myself. So I'm not at a householder stage. I just became an empty nester. I'm living apart, I'm doing the living apart together thing with my partner. So I have a lot of space to be with this. And I will say that for those of you that are craving, like, oh my gosh, I'd love to dive into this so deeply, creating the space in your life, or knowing that you're not there right now. I know I've got some sisters on here that have 3 children and they're in the thick of it, you know, or 1 child and you're in the thick of it. But knowing that this journey of self-care, allegiance to self, ferocity around I will not abandon myself, sovereignty, it takes time and space internally and externally to like digest and be with it. And so just know that. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to digest everything that we've been exploring today. We're going to digest it through a beautiful practice that is used a lot around anxiety, depression, stress, and trauma, called Yoga Nidra I Rest. And it is a beautiful meditation. There's all kinds of powerful things that are happening on a subconscious level. You will get the most from this experience. You're going to be lying down. This is where you bring out your yoga mat. So you're going to get the most from this experience if you take time to really get comfortable. So don't just think, oh, I'm just going to flop down on my rug and listen to Renee. I mean, you can do that if you don't have any of the props, but I really encourage you to take time to put down your yoga mat, put something underneath your knees that will give your lower back a release. So lying flat if you can, something under your head, a pillow under your head, a pillow under your knees. And then you're going to want to cover yourself with a blanket, because when we lie down, our body temperature drops. So even if you feel fine right now, you're going to get a little chilly. So covering yourself with a blanket. Covering your eyes. Recommend you cover your eyes. And you can put your device where you don't have to look at it. You can put your you can stop your video or not. Either way, it doesn't matter. You're just going to be listening to my voice. And I just want to give you a heads up for anybody that is on a time schedule. We will be ending this Yoga Nidra, right around on time, but then to wrap up the retreat, we're going to be going over about 10 minutes. But when I bring you out of the deep relaxation and the music, will be right around the time that I said, 4:30 Eastern time, 3:30 Central time, etc. So getting as comfortable as you can, something under your head, something under your knees, putting a blanket over you, covering your eyes, turning out the lights. Recommend getting up and turning out the lights. I love Carolyn's little flickering fireplace on her TV. That's great. Turning out the lights, really anything you can do. What could you do right now to get 10% more comfortable? What could you do to get 10% more comfortable? So feeling the weight of your body on the surface that you're lying on. You need to shake anything out. Oh, you've been sitting for a while, maybe stretching a little bit. And the intention of Yoga Nidra eye rest is not to fall asleep, but if you fall asleep, it's fine. And at any point, if you don't feel comfortable on your back, you can roll over on your left side, your rest and digest side. But just being, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just right here, right now. So I invite you to set an intention for today's Yoga Nidra practice. What brings you here? Letting this be a feeling of inquiry. Perhaps it's a desire to release, to find some rest and relaxation, or to just rest in a sense of well-being. Feel your intention rising up from deep inside so that your entire body is engaged as you experience and reflect on your intention, feeling it is already true in this moment. Now I invite you to take time to develop your inner resource. This is a place in your imagination or your body where you feel secure, calm, and safe. As you experience your inner resource, note places in your body where you feel at ease and calm. Your breathing, rhythmic and at ease. Your forehead soft and cool. Your belly, hands, and feet warm and at ease. Allow all of your senses to come into play, hearing sounds that are soothing and relaxing. Here in your inner resource, what do you smell? The air, something blooming, the smell of food cooking. What can you taste here? Fruit, water, something that evokes good feelings. And what do you perceive? Are there objects present that evoke feelings of comfort and ease? What can you touch? Are the objects rough or smooth, warm or cool? Spending time now in your inner sanctuary, a place of comfort, ease, and security, allowing it to blossom and expand in your awareness, experiencing how being here acts on your entire body and mind. And know that you can return to your inner resource at a moment's notice, anytime, day or night, or during your practice of eye rest. You can return whenever you experience the need to feel secure and at ease. Now let the sound of my voice guide you as we move attention through the physical body. As I name each area of the body, bring your attention there and observe the sensation. You may feel something or nothing in particular, but whatever you experience is just perfect. Bring your awareness to the inside of the mouth. Sense any sensation in the gums, the teeth, the roof of the mouth, the fleshy inside walls of the mouth. Feel the sensations in your tongue. And now sense all the sensations in the mouth at once. Now trace awareness from your mouth down the right side of your neck, your right shoulder and arm to your right hand. Focus awareness on your right hand, all the fingers of your right hand, the palm of your right hand, the back of your hand. Now be aware of your entire right hand and feel all the sensations present in your hand, your right wrist, lower right arm, elbow, upper arm, your shoulder, your right armpit, the right side of your waist, your right hip, right thigh, right knee, your calf muscle, your ankle, your right foot, and all of your right toes. Now move your awareness to your left side, all the fingers of your left hand, and the palm of the hand, back of the hand. Now become aware of the entire left hand and feel all the sensations present in your hand, your wrist, your lower left arm, your elbow, your upper arm, the left shoulder, the armpit, the left side of the waist, the left hip, left thigh, left knee, the calf muscle, ankle, the left foot, and all the left toes. And now the back body. Become aware of the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the right buttock, the left buttock, the spine, the whole back, back of the neck, the upper back, middle back, and the lower back. And now the front body. Bring your awareness to the top of the head. Become aware of the top of the head, the forehead, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, nose, the tip of the nose, the upper lip, the lower lip, the gums, the teeth, roof of the mouth, the fleshy insides of the mouth, the tongue. Now feel all the sensations in the entire inside of the mouth, the throat, the right chest, the left chest, the middle of the chest, the navel, the lower belly. Now join all parts of the right leg together from the toes to the thigh and experience all the sensations in the right leg. Join all the parts of the left leg from the toes to the thigh and experience the sensation in the left leg. Feel both legs at the same time. Sense all the sensations in the right and left legs. Join all parts of the right arm from the fingers to the shoulder and feel the sensations. Now join all parts of the left arm from the fingers to the shoulder and feel those sensations. Now feel both arms at the same time. Become aware of all the sensations in the front plane of the body. Sense the whole head. Now join the entire body together. All parts become one, sensing the sensations throughout the whole body. The whole body. The whole body. Although the body is very still, feel the life in the body. Sense the sensations present in the whole body. Now scan through your body and open your attention and notice sensations, sounds, and thoughts. Observing and welcoming everything just as it is. Noticing how sensations are shifting and changing. Observing how everything in your awareness is constantly changing, coming and going, coming and going. Changing sensations, revealing an unchanging awareness. Thoughts coming and going. Observing and welcoming everything just as it is. Observing how everything in your awareness is constantly changing, coming and going. Nothing to change or alter. Nothing to do. Just step back and observe like watching a movie or a play. Feeling yourself as the observer of all of this, all that is constantly changing, sensations coming and going in your awareness. Notice that part of you that is aware of all this movement and all these changes. Welcoming each movement as it rises and falls in your awareness. Now, can you relinquish the witness and just be witnessing? Feeling yourself as the unchanging presence at the center of it all. Awareness that underlies all changes in sensations, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and feeling awareness as this open, whole, healthy space. Perfect just the way you are, welcoming whatever is present. Yourself as unchanging awareness, full of well-being, and at peace under all circumstances. Now come back to your inner resource, your feeling of ground, security, and well-being. Noticing your breathing, easy and rhythmic, forehead soft and cool, belly, hands, and feet warm and at ease. Bring to mind your intention for this practice, perhaps noticing if there's any message from the body. Take a moment and experience the feeling of gratitude pulsing through your cells, your 72 trillion cells, for taking this time to practice Yoga Nidra, welcoming and loving yourself while experiencing your timeless well-being is always whole, healthy, and perfect, just as it is, and just as you are. And the understanding and the remembrance that you always know the perfect response to each moment as you take time to connect with your wise self, with your deepest knowing.
Your eyes are the mirror of my
I invite you to begin slowly, slowly sensing your surroundings. The feeling of the room, sounds around you, the temperature and caress of the air on your skin, the sensation of the surface that is supporting your body. Gently transitioning back to an alert and awake state of consciousness, feeling refreshed and replenished. Perhaps opening and closing your eyes several times, maybe circling your ankles, circling your wrists, maybe doing some long cat stretches. Oh. Slowly moving your body, taking some deep breaths. Coming back into the circle. Thank you for letting me see your beautiful faces, for those that are up for that. When I dare to be powerful, sovereign, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less and less important whether I am afraid. When I dare to be powerful and sovereign, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. Beautiful Audre Lorde. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I'm going to ask you to keep yourself muted. I walk through the darkest hours of night. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I'm going to change my tone there. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night. Your turn. I walk in the darkest hours of night. And I call on my ancestors to my left and my right. And I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. You try it. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right. And I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me, to walk with me, to walk with me. This is from Maggie Wheeler. She wrote this on the Labyrinth at the Omega Institute after the last election, calling on all of her unseen support. Here we go. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. Sing it like you mean it. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. Last time. I walk in the spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, 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 to walk with me. Thank you, song, for reminding me that I'm never alone. If you want to thank the song, you can. We're going to sing one last song as we begin to close out here. And Casey, I'm going to ask you to put this in chat. If I gave it to you, maybe I gave it to you, maybe I didn't. There's a river of birds. Yeah. And all these songs are on your Google Doc. And I'll also give you resources on how to join local song circles virtually or in person in your area. So you can sing, sing, sing and feel good. Oh my God, we release oxytocin, our serotonin goes up, dopamine hits left and right. Yeah, all kinds of goodness comes from singing. So the words to this song are, there's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. And I hosted a beautiful circle when we got our first female vice president, and we sang this song to her, honoring all of the women that are stepping into their power and their sovereignty and in leadership positions around the world, even beyond the United States. So it goes like this. And you can harmonize. It's a great one to harmonize with me. There's a river of birds in migration. You try it. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings, a nation of women with wings. Let's try it one more time. There's a river of birds in migration. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings, a nation of women with wings. Now together. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. Do you have the melody? I'm going to harmonize with you. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. Keep going. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. So, thank you. You are welcome to unmute yourself as we close out. Yes, you will get the Ho'oponopono song. I will make sure and include that so you can dance to it. What I would love as your homework, to me, sovereignty means, and to drop me an email. Drop me an email this week. How are you experiencing that in your body, in your life? As you think about water forms, we talked about all the way that energy and our essence moves through us. To me, sovereignty means. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. Yes, and if you go, Casey was sharing, if you go to Spotify and follow me, you'll see the playlist from today that has the Ho'oponopono song on it. Yeah. So as we close out, we're doing great. I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes for a moment. Take a soft gaze or close your eyes. Maybe put a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. And just feeling gratitude to your sisters from around the globe that showed up today to rest, to pause, to take the 30,000-foot view of our life, to connect, to nourish, nurture, sing, read poetry, dance. This shouldn't be special. This should be what we do every day. Every day.
Yes.
Every day. So what is one thing from the retreat that you want to bring forth into your daily life? One thing that you want to bring forth into your daily life. Maybe something you want to weave into your daily life, something that you want to embody. Maybe it's a new practice, a new way of being, a new way of seeing. Something you want to weave into your daily life. What do you want to embody? What do you want to bring from today's experience into your daily life? Especially during this month when we can feel really tender. And many of us are dancing with our shadow, which can be a huge gift. Dancing with our shadow, dancing with our darkness, reflecting on what we learned about ourselves over the past year. What do you want to embody from the retreat? Do you want to bring into your body, into your soma, into your experience? And Casey, I'm going to do a spring a surprise on you because I'm just following my intuition. I know some of you may need to go. We're at 4:30, but I want to give you one more chance to connect with a sister and just share what it is that you're going to embody from today and to weave into your life, to bring into your daily life. And the person that you will be connected to, that the universe will connect you to, will be your support buddy for the month of December. So this is someone that you will have the opportunity to connect with and reach out to either through a text or through a virtual tea with Zoom. But it can be a beautiful experience. And we've got just amazing, amazing women in this circle. So if you can hang around for 10 more minutes and get your support buddy, I'd love it. If you need to go, I totally understand. So Casey, can you break us out in groups of 2 for 10 minutes? So short share. Yeah, just a short share. So about 4 minutes each. And you're just sharing what your pearl is, what you're taking away from the retreat that you want to embody and bring into your daily life. Try to be as specific as possible. And this is going to be your accountability sister, accountability partner, your support buddy for the month of December. And it's not work, I promise, really easy. It's good. And we'll send you a follow-up email with all the resources. I did want to mention, I don't have any plans to do any more virtual retreats. As yummy as they are, I need to be in person with you. So if it works for you to join me in the spring, I'm going to be in California at 1440 Multiversity, February 4th through 6th. You fly into San Jose. It's gorgeous. It's in the Redwoods. I'll be at Art of Living Retreat Center in Boone, North Carolina, which is beautiful up in the mountains, gorgeous Blue Ridge Mountains. I'll be there May 6th through 8th, Mother's Day weekend. And I'll be at Kripalu probably more than once, but I'll be there for sure October 14th through 16th. And we're going to be doing Awakening Your Wild Soul retreats of those ones that I just named, and really going deep around sovereignty and allegiance to self. And all three centers, the retreat packages start at like $6.99 and they go up, but they all offer scholarships. So if you or a family member or someone you know could really, really benefit from a retreat, make sure you reach out to the retreat center. So I actually work for them. They're not my retreats. I'm hired by them to come in and facilitate these, and ask the centers about scholarships. So, and I'm going to encourage you to reach out to your support buddy at least once, ideally twice in the month of December. You can text each other. You can do a virtual tea if you're not far away from each other. Like if you both happen to be in Texas or both happen to be in New York City, you could get together, which would be wonderful. But reach out to them and just share what you're observing around sovereignty. Remember, just moving into that space of curiosity. Here's what I'm observing around sovereignty. So thank you for this experience. Am I forgetting anything else, Casey? Was that?
I think you covered it.
Okay. And you'll get a follow-up email with all kinds of goodness. Nicole, am I forgetting anything logistically that you can think of? Good. Okay. So we close out our circle.
Will we
And
get
you're welcome
email
to-
addresses of each other, or how to contact each
You
other?
will. You
Oh,
sure will. Yes. Yeah, Linda, you will. And if you, if anybody does not want to be on the contact list for some reason, please let me know. You'll get the replay of this, so you can do Yoga Nidra again and again during the winter the Yoga Nidra session that we did, and you'll get a lot of good resources and all the other things we talked about. So closing out our circle.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Renee. And thank
thank
you, everyone, for
And
being.
you are welcome to, yes, you guys are, I want you to, everybody say goodbye to each other, and you're welcome to hang out on here for a little bit. Casey's gonna play a beautiful piece of music as we kind of close everything out. But just take a moment to wave to your sisters and send them good thoughts on this winter solstice, on my mom's birthday, on all
Bye,
the holy
everyone.
days that
Thank
we're
you
honoring
very
and
much.
celebrating.
Bye.
Hopefully we can all be together in person.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Vanessa.
Take care.
Bye, Mona.
Everybody.
Bye,
Diane.
Thank
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, and thank you.
Thank you.
Casey, you can do the close. Yeah.
Perfect.
Josephine, I see you. Lauren, Ellen, Sarah, Michelle, Maria, Mia, Diane, Barbara, Katarina, Linda.
Softening, softening, softening.